Talent combined with determination and dedication can bring out the best in us. Thus proves Suchetha Satish, a Guinness World Record holder for singing in 140 languages. Trust me, singing in itself is a talent, and being able to sing in a couple of languages is amazingly beautiful. But imagine singing in more than 100, that is 140 languages. And more to it is it's being done for a cause. So on this episode of the next guest from the 973 show, we have Suchetha Satish joining from Dubai. Suchetha, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thanks for taking your time to join us to talk to us. Well, as I said, congratulations on this amazing achievement.
Thank you.
It's really a blessing and a talent, and the combination is beautiful. So let me just begin with this very first thought that came into my mind when I read about this. It is just not singing in 140 languages, but you chose a platform that is the Concert for Climate in Dubai. Climate is a thing that we're all discussing, something which really calls for a lot of attention. What inspired you to take this incredible challenge of singing in 140 languages for a climate cause?
Well, climate change is something that we've all been experiencing the effects of all across the world. And I think the real need to preserve climate actually, and the importance of it actually struck me during my visit to Bhutan last year. And Bhutan is, it's a carbon negative country. So, and moreover, music, multilingual singing is a skill of mine. And when I thought of what I could do to spread awareness about climate preservation as a multilingual musician, and that's when we thought of doing the Concert for Climate. But it was a prelude to the COP28, which took place here in Dubai. So as a prelude to the COP28, I sang in 140 languages for over 9 hours in my Concert for Climate, which was to spread awareness about climate preservation. And even though I can presently sing in 150 languages, the reason I chose 140 was to symbolically represent the 140 nations
that took part at COP28. Yeah, I read that as well. So you hail from Kerala, right? Where in Kerala are you from?
We're from Kannur, but we're settled in Kozhikode.
Good. Okay. How long have you been in Dubai?
Well, I was born in Kerala, but I think I was brought here to Dubai when I was less than 2 months old. So I've been raised here my whole life.
So Dubai is home, yeah. And what do you do now?
I'm in my first year at Middlesex University. I'm studying digital media and communications.
Okay, great. Right. And you said you can sing in 150 languages, right? I'm not going to ask you to list the languages, but at least could you name some of the languages that you can sing in?
It includes a lot of European, Asian, South American languages, and also which includes certain vulnerable languages like Kokborok or Maori or Faroese, and also severely endangered languages like Breton. So it's a long list of.
Okay, great. It's indeed a monumental feat, both linguistically and musically, I would say. While preparing for this feat or for this attempting to this record, what were the challenges that you faced?
The challenges would certainly, the biggest challenge would be that this is actually a marathon. Singing for 9 hours is not easy, and it's equivalent to a marathon. So it really required a lot of practice and hard work, both to make sure that the songs are on point, be it vocally or lyrically. But also to make sure that I have the stamina to sing for the 9 hours continuously and not strain my voice. So it really required a lot of practice, and I did practice a lot before the concert. So yeah.
Right. And which are the specific languages that you learned for this purpose alone? I know you must have been learning all this for a while now. You trained in music.
I am trained in music. I started learning music at the age of 4. I started off with Carnatic music and then Hindustani music, and right now I'm also learning Western vocals. But the journey of learning multilingual, journey of being a multilingual singer started off at the age of 10. I'm 18 years old now, so it started off 8 years ago. And it started off with a Japanese song, which was actually my first foreign language song that I'd learned. And once I heard from our Japanese friend from whom I'd actually learned the song, once I heard from her that my pronunciation was like that of a native speaker, I realized that I do have the ability to learn different languages, and that's how I went
Okay.
on to learn more languages. And my first Guinness record was actually for 120 languages. That was in 2021 when I was 16 years old. And then comes this record in 2024, which I
So
set
you
in.
bet your own record.
Yes, I bettered my own record by, with 20 languages more. So,
Okay. Oh, that's impressive because within a year plus you learned another 20 languages, isn't
I
it?
did know 132 when I set my record for 120, but the reason I sang in 120 was because my first two world records when I was 12 years old was one for the most languages sung in a concert. That was for 102 languages. The second one was for the longest live singing concert by a child, which I for singing for over 6 hours and 15 minutes. So it's just the 102 that I flipped to 120. So
120 and then to 140. Okay. So when you say like you learned the languages of this song, um, do you really learn this language? Like, can you converse in these languages and understand the languages, or you just learn the songs that you prepare?
I cannot converse in all the languages that I sing in, but I am currently trying to learn how to speak the language as well. For example, Turkish and Japanese. I'm trying to learn how to speak the language as well because I really like learning languages, be it to speak or to sing. But when I learn a particular song in a language, I try to make sure I sort of understand what the song is about so that I know how to emote better.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
do not.
The feelings or the sentiments behind
I
it.
do
Yes.
not speak the language.
Right. See, when you're doing a podcast with a musician or a singer, it goes without saying that we really deserve to hear you. So I would request you to sing two songs for us. One, the first Japanese song that you learned, and the second, our own mother tongue, the Malayalam song. Shall we?
Sure. Sure. So I'll start off with the Japanese song. 上を向いて歩こう涙がこぼれないように思い出す春の日一人ぼっちの夜
What does
And
this mean, Suchetha?
this is actually a sad love song. So it talks about the singer on how he's feeling lonely and also missing his beloved.
Okay. Shall we hear a Malayalam?
The Malayalam song I sang for my concert was it's a song. It's the most iconic Malayalam song ever, and it's by the legend Sri Jerry Amaldev, who's also my guru. So this is how it goes. ആയിരം കണ്ണുമായി കാത്തിരുന്നു നിന്നെ ഞാൻ എന്നിൽ നിന്നും പറന്നകന്നൊരു പൈങ്കിളി മലർത്തേൻ കിളി പൈങ്കിളി മലർത്തേൻ കിളി പൈങ്കിളി മലർത്തേൻ കിളി ആയിരം കണ്ണുമായി കാത്തിരുന്നു നിന്നെ ഞാൻ എന്നിൽ നിന്നും പറന്നകന്നൊരു പൈങ്കിളി മലർത്തേൻ കിളി പൈങ്കിളി മലർത്തേൻ കിളി.
Indeed, an iconic song, definitely. A song that is close to the heart of every Malayali, and it's a global song. I agree with you. What a great choice. Suchetha, is there any particular language that you learned for this concert, the concert of climate in Dubai, specifically, the new language?
Specifically for
To make it 140, I meant.
to make it 140, I think what is one song that I learned for this? I would have to go through my list of languages.
No worries. No worries. And if I may ask you, like, is there a theme for these songs that you selected, or it's just random songs that you learned?
No, they're all actually popular songs in each language, so that the person who's listening to the song, especially a native speaker, would relate to the song more.
Okay,
And there's
right.
also a criteria of the Guinness Record that each song had to be a popular song. So
So how
that's
did
how.
you pick these songs? Did you learn it from someone, a native speaker, or did you go to the internet and learned it? And how is the mechanism?
So usually it's my parents who select languages and popular songs in these languages for me, and that's how I have been learning. But off late, I've also, after listening to me sing in different languages, I've also been getting recommendations from native speakers
Okay,
their
right.
own languages. So it works in different ways now.
All right. And tell us about your parents and your family.
My father is Dr. T.C. Satish. He's a dermatologist. My mother, Sumita Ailith. She's an RJ with a digital radio called V4U Radio. And my brother, Dr. Sushant Satish. He's just finished his MBBS from Savitha Medical College, Chennai.
Great. Okay, and this crucial question, music is known for its role that it plays in various media for that matter, like therapy or, like the one that you're just now doing for a cause, isn't it? What is in your opinion, uh, the role that music can play in this crucial topic that you are addressing, the environmental sustainability and climate action in the future, especially when it is focusing on the youth?
So something that I really believe in is that the love for nature is just like the love for music, that it transcends boundaries, and you don't really need to know a particular language to to be able to spread awareness or to enjoy music. So that's what I believe in, and I think it is the responsibility of every artist, every musician, to do whatever they can to for such socially relevant issues.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what I would do is, in at every opportunity, try to spread awareness about climate preservation. Maybe, in fact, even in my concert, in some way, I could include, talking to my audience about the importance of climate preservation. And I think I also really look forward to performing in the United Nations one day, someday, to reiterate this the need for climate preservation.
All the very best, and we hope to see you in that big stage. Uh, what next? Are you planning to sing in more languages to beat your own record again?
I definitely want to continue my passion of learning songs in different languages. And along with that, I also want to become an international performer, because performing is something I truly enjoy doing. And I also, of course, want to pursue playback singing. And because I enjoy a bit of composition and making tunes, I also have an inclination towards music therapy, like you mentioned, and I hope to pursue that as well in my future.
That's very good. Very good to hear. And Sucheta, is there any particular language which you felt while learning was a bit difficult compared to the others? The accent and this. Uh, is there anything that you remember in this journey of learning?
So something that I found difficult would, I think, be from the initial set of languages that I learned when I started off with this multilingual singing, and one of it would be German. I found that quite difficult in the beginning, but I think as years have passed and with practice, it has become less difficult now. But German would be one language that I found difficult in the beginning, and also certain African languages which have clicks in them, the click languages like Zulu, for example.
Right. What are your other hobbies? I know you're fully into music, but
Yeah.
other than that, are there any specific hobbies that you cherish? What do you do?
I enjoy all aspects of music, be it singing or playing instruments. I'm
Do you play
learning.
any instruments?
I'm learning to play the keyboard and guitar on my own. I did go for classes initially, but now I'm learning to play them on my own. I also recently bought a ukulele, so I'm working on that as well now. And I also enjoy composing songs, or maybe like small tunes. So yeah, I really enjoy every part of music as a whole. And other than music, I used to play tennis, um, and I used to go for coaching. But once I realized music is what I'm good at, I think I fully diverted into music, and I stopped playing tennis. But I still do play sometimes. My brother is he's a tennis champion, so whenever he's in town, I do try to play with him sometimes. So yeah, and I enjoy a lot of things. I think I've tried to do a lot of things, so it's jack of all trades, master of none kind.
That's very humble of you. Before we wind up this conversation, what will be that one thing that you have to share with the viewers and listeners of the 973 show?
I would say, so since I like to, use music to spread awareness about different things, be it COVID awareness songs or COVID vaccine awareness songs, or even, awareness against tobacco, alcohol, and things like that. One thing I would say is, especially to the youth, it's quite easy to get influenced by all that's happening around you, and choose to get a high from things like tobacco or alcohol or something like that. But what people might not realize is that there are far better ways to get a high from, for example, music or sports or any other art form. I think they're more than enough to give you a high. And instead of things like tobacco and alcohol, which only cause harm to you and don't really do anything. So I think you really have to choose wisely, and of course, use whatever skill you have, for the betterment of the world.
Right. Very well said. And what a great start for a new year. We wish you all the very best for all your dreams that you have and your ambitions in life. And may you perform for more causes like this, more specific causes and reason. It is indeed impressive. But before we wind up, I would love to hear a couple of songs more and say adieu.
Sure.
Your choice.
I'll sing a few lines of a Breton song. Breton, as I was mentioning earlier, it's a severely endangered language. So. Trimartelo diawong, tra la 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 la, trimartelo diawong, ovone dave agi, trimartelo diawong, tra la 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 la, trimartelo diawong, ovone dave agi.
I think we should also sing an Arabic song, isn't it?
Definitely an Arabic song. So this is one by the legendary singer Fairuz.
Okay.
يا أنا وياك صرنا القصص الغريبة، يا أنا وياك وانسرت مكاتبي، وعرفوا إنك حبيبي، وعرفوا إنك حبيبي.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you very much, Suchetha, for joining us. It was indeed a pleasure having you on this show.
Thank you very much.
So that was Suchetha Satish. Her exceptional achievement not only showcases her musical prowess, but also underscores the power of music as a unifying force for environmental advocacy and beyond. So let's wait for the next exciting, inspiring, and engaging guest.